Hello, everyone, and a big happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Let's take a look at the box office projection for the upcoming Snow White film that's going to make its debut next month on March 21st. Let's see what the early projection has brought to us. It's not looking good, and I will say this immediately. It's estimated that this Rachel Zegler's film will open between $63 million to $70 million. That is the range it will open in the United States of America. This film is not is not in fact resonating with anyone. Let's put it this way. There are some other sources predicting $65 million in its opening weekend just in the United States. On the surface, you would see $65 million and say, it's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not like it opened below 15 million or opened below 40 million or something crazy like that. You have to look at so many factors here. $65 million is not good for a film that cost Disney over 300 plus $1 million to produce. I'm not even including marketing at this point. Now, this would make it technically the biggest domestic opening for Rachel Zegler's dead career at this point. It's still a terrible opening weekend, no matter how you want to spin it. If you look at the biggest opening weekend Rachel Zegler has ever had in her toxic career, it is the Hunger Games film, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That film made 44.6 million in its first weekend. It is nowhere near the levels of the previous Hunger Games films in terms of opening weekend in the United States, let alone on the same level as Disney's previous blockbuster hits. That's not even close. But if we're going by the numbers, this would represent her biggest opening. This is not even a good sign. Let's take a look at its competitors, at least its classical competitors Disney has put out in recent years. The last one was The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid was another woke disaster Disney put out and lost money when they put out that project. The Little Mermaid, starring Halle Bailey, opened to $95.6 million domestically over 3 days. It was a disaster because it only made $570 million when it was all said and done. And that film needed $630 million to break even. It didn't break even for Disney. You have Disney's The Lion King, which made its debut in 2019. That film opened to a massive 191.7 million and went on to make more than $1.5 billion in the worldwide gross total. You also compare it to Beauty and the Beast in 2017. That film opened to $174.7 million. It still surpassed $1 billion globally at the box office. Snow White box office projection is very close to one of my favorite Disney's live adaptation film, which is Maleficent. I'm a big fan of Maleficent. I've always shielded for that film. The first and the second one, I've loved the two Maleficent films, but this opening will be closer to Maleficent. Maleficent back in 2014 made $69.4 million in its first weekend, but the big difference and the big caveat is that Maleficent made $758.5 million worldwide, at least the first one. The sequel failed to turn much of a profit. Let's just say slightly broke even when it's all said and done. Snow White is not in any way, shape, or form reaching any marks that suggest that it will turn a profit, especially if you're looking at the numbers. If you look at the numbers properly, you will see that this film will be a catastrophe for Disney. There's been so many marketing missteps. There's so much backlash that has been holding this project back. It's destroyed on YouTube. It currently has more than 2.8 million dislikes on YouTube. That's if you combine all the trailer dislikes, it's more than 2.8 million dislikes. One of the trailers has over 1.1 million dislikes, and then the first trailer has 1.6 million dislikes. So this is not good for Disney. When you have these sort of crazy numbers in dislikes, you have to also look at the fact that this project, Rachel Zegler is the one that has alienated audience with her stupid, inflammatory statements and her erratic behavior, mocking the original 1937 Snow White film, calling it outdated and misogynist. She even went on to say that the prince was stalking the main lead character, Snow White, literally in this same project. This is an incredible stupidity that she has displayed, and for the fact that she keeps on attacking people, and she even attacked Donald Trump supporters, uh, saying all manner of nonsense, whereby she said that they will never have peace, Donald Trump fans will never have peace, and all that stuff. These are the nonsense that have ruined her chances of making this film have a little bit of success, at least at the box office. It's not looking good. There's no way this film breaks even for Disney. Even though it stars a chick I like and Gal Gadot. I love Gal Gadot, but the reality is that Gal cannot save this project. There's no way Gal Gadot can save this project. And for the fact that Disney even took away the horrible so-called, you know, CGI dwarfs they had initially, and now change it back to made like real dwarfs and all that. It's not even real dwarfs. They're still using CGI. They just didn't want to cast small people to actually play these roles. There's so many controversies around this issue. Even Peter Dinklage, that made this a problem, has really gone under the radar recently. Nobody even talks about Peter Dinklage being the major reason why Disney backtracked and never employed small people to work for them and be the dwarfs in this film. So this is the problem that Disney has put themselves in. Y2K was a big disaster for Rachel Zegler recently, only made a pitiful $4.2 million total gross, losing, A24 Studios a lot of money as well. So this is the problem. She's toxic at the box office. She's lost studios countless of millions at this point. Snow White is poised to suffer not only from poor box office numbers, but also from the worst possible outcome, audience hate for this project. Even if you look at the hate the Little Mermaid got, it didn't even have half of or one third of the controversies this Snow White project currently has. And that is just the reality. Disney is facing one of the biggest catastrophes they've, especially in the box office, they've had in recent years. And it's only gonna get worse. This film is coming out in the next 5 weeks, literally. I'll be here to cover the box office week by week for you guys. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Do like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.